Lucky Boys Podcast.
If
I'm telling you this right now.
If I was in a position of power and then you came into my office, I'm like, you know what? That makes a lot. Why don't we give that a shot and see what happens?
Because nothing makes sense in the NYPD. If you ever read the NYPD patrol guide, you're like, why the fuck would I do it that way? Like, what is the purpose of that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Do you think that's the old school mentality?
Yes.
Like when we're talking about, it's a systemic issue, right?
Well, that's one of the bit. Two, they want to keep the mentality of it's always us against them.
Why?
Because then they keep the power over you. Because then you click up and you keep that gang mentality. It's us against them. You understand? They control you better.
Right.
Because then it's like the public is not there to help you.
Right. There's
They're
no
trying to
cracks.
hang you.
They're trying to limit the amount of cracks within this
Right.
the department.
Right. Because look, we're your only family. You only could trust
It's
us.
a fucking cult.
You know what I mean? Because now you think about it, right? If you work with the community, right, and it's no longer us against them, it's the community with us, right, working together against criminals and crime. Now, if you see crime within NYPD, you have somebody to go to. You could go to that community leader and be like, look, this is what's going on. This is what I saw. That community leader could then bring out the community.
Protest, rally,
Protest.
unite.
Point this guy out. They'll go to the press. The press will cover it. The politicians would have to listen to them because they control the votes. So now you have a great tool to fight the corruption because now you're no longer isolated.
Right.
You have people to go to and be like, these people are corrupt. Look, help me. Help me fight the corruption. Okay, you know what? These are civilians, right? Civilians could be like, all right, let me pretend to pay them off. We record it on camera. We'll get them. And then, we'll get the people to rally and we'll tell the chief to do something. And if he doesn't do anything, we'll call him out too.
It's not that simple.
You know what I mean?
Real life don't work like that.
No. Real life don't work like that because it's us against them mentality. And it's always the public is out to get us and the cops are out to get the public.
And now the public's looking like the cops ain't shit.
Yeah, and the cops are out to get the public.
And that sucks because I know a lot of good cops.
Yeah.
I know a lot of good cops.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
So the divide is what stops us from doing great work.
Yeah.
Right. So you definitely need more training. You definitely need more people to educate people on different cultures. Like even us Chinese, right? So us Chinese, as a child, my mom used to burn paper money, right?
Mm-hmm.
For your,
and
same here.
and for my ancestors and stuff, for our ancestors. And also she used to put out like, food and then the seats,
I know
empty
that.
seats.
My mom used to do that in our apartment in the city. She would take off the batteries and the smoke alarm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then like, pour the wine and stuff like that and the incense and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was one of the problems in finding a good lawyer, right? So the reason why I went with Eric Sandler and Joe Murray is because at first it was Eric Sandler, right? And Eric Sandler, I went with him because he used to be a police officer.
Oh shit.
And he understands how the system works. So there's a lot of stuff like you're trying to describe, but it's hard to describe unless you lived it, right?
Right.
But
they're not worried about backlash on them?
No, he's a person that usually represents cops who in the department. Right?
Oh shit.
So that's why it was good. But then I found out that he was also representing the karaokes that are suing the NYPD, right, from the same incident.
Holy shit! There's
So-
an active lawsuit on karaoke's out of it.
Yeah, the karaokes have a $300 million lawsuit on NYPD.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it's 3 different karaokes that have a lawsuit against the NYPD for $300 million. And Eric Sandler, he represents them. So when I reached out to him, I was like, okay, let me tell you the story and let me know if it's a conflict of interest. Told him the story. He goes, no, it's not a conflict of interest. And a matter of fact, I could probably use you as a key witness because I was the main undercover for that. And I'm testifying to, we shut down this karaoke, right, just to gain favor with Jimmy. So we get paid off by Jimmy. But you can't do that. You can't just go into McDonald's, shut down McDonald's because you want to gain favor with Burger King, get paid off by Burger King so you can arrest Burger King. Yep. Right? McDonald's has nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? They're innocent in it. So that's what they're suing for, the harassment of that, right?
Right.
Then he put in the notice of claim, but it wasn't the actual lawsuit. So I kept them asking me, look, they're coming after me. They're coming after me. I need you to put in the actual lawsuit. I need you to put in the actual lawsuit. So he was like, I'll put in the actual lawsuit when I want to, blah, blah, blah. He went off on me. And I was like, red flag. I got to go, right? Red flag. I went looking for lawyers, another lawyer, civil rights lawyers and stuff like that. Went looking for these kind of lawyers, and they were all culture shocked. They were like, no way. Wait, so
So they were like me?
yeah, so they
They
were
were like fucked up?
NY
Like, no way.
NYPD does what? No way.
So you ended up finding the right lawyer.
Joe Murray.
And he wasn't shocked.
No, he went through the same thing. All right.
Okay.
So he went through something similar with they went after him and stuff like that, and they tried to destroy his career.
He
crush
was a
him.
whistleblower as well.
No, he wasn't a whistleblower.
But he just found another lane.
He faced the retaliation part of it,
Right.
and then he ended up being a lawyer. He ended up representing himself, won, and then the judge was like, "You're a great, you did a great job. You should become a lawyer." And so he went to school, became a lawyer, and then quit the NYPD, whatever, and so forth and so on. Right. So he understood how the system works. He's like a public defender kind
Has
of
he
guy.
won a lot of cases?
Yeah, he's like, he represents a lot of defendants that have been arrested wrongfully by NYPD and stuff. and so
I'm
on.
really shocked that you can even trust people at this point.
Well, you get
I
a
don't
sense
know.
of intuition, right? Where it's like you could sense like, okay, this guy's kind of shady. I know what this guy's about, or this person's all right, so forth and so on. It's New York, bro. You're gonna hear a
We got
fight
some
engine.
sirens.
I
Yeah.
know.
Norm's getting on nervous. He's a perfectionist. Like, I don't want to screw
Yo.
it up for the listeners.
He's like,
Sorry, guys, we're in New
This
York.
is a podcast.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
know.
just on video. So I'm just saying.
but there's a little bit of sirens.
But this
here
is New
going on.
York.
So we're giving you
Gotta love New
the real stuff out here.
authenticity.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
authentic.